Hey guys, Pieguyrulz here, and everyone seems to be talking about Nick's newest show, Sanjay and Craig. Now, as I expressed through Twitter, I really wanted this show to be good. Not because I thought it would be, simply because Nick really needs a good cartoon right now. So I watched the first episode, and I gotta say, I don't like it. Now, that's not to say that the show is awful. It's decent. In fact, I'd rate it just about as average as they come. 5 out of 10. 2.5 stars out of 5. A thumb pointing to the side. You get what I mean, right? The show isn't unwatchable, but it isn't brilliant. Now, I know that's a pretty weak standpoint to make as a reviewer. I agree, it's a total cop-out. But I just see it as painfully average, and I don't have strong feelings either way of it being good or bad. However, as I said, I don't like it personally. I feel it relies way too much on stupid humor. Let me put it this way. The first segment was about a butt transplant, and the second segment consisted of the characters laughing at bird poop for most of the episode. There's nothing wrong with gross-out humor, it's just not really my thing. I don't mind it in small doses, but some kids' shows like to go a bit too far. That's why I say I personally don't like it, even though a lot of kids do like that humor, and there's nothing wrong with that. Aside from that, though, the show also falls into the bro attitude that I'm really not fond of, and speaking of which, this show reminds me a lot of Regular Show. Granted, I think Regular Show can be more intelligent than this, but they do have a few similarities in style, and interestingly enough, the show's animation looks very Cartoon Network-y. Think Adventure Time Noodle Arms meets Regular Show backgrounds with a bit of Bob's Burgers character design, which makes sense given that they share a character designer. And to cap it all off, Thurop Van Orman is a producer. You might recognize the name from Flapjack, The Powerpuff Girls, Camp Lazlo, Billy and Mandy, Adventure Time, i.e. Cartoon Network shows. Now, it's perfectly fine that he's working on a Nickelodeon show. There's nothing illegal about that. But the cynicist in me speculates that the show might be Nickelodeon trying to be a bit more like Cartoon Network. Of course, that's just speculation. Now, the show does have some things going for it. The animation is fluid and fun, there's occasionally a bit of intelligent humor in there, and the show has an innocent charm to it. Oh, and it has a stellar voice cast, including Tony Hale as the creepy neighbor, and the guy from the Nerdist podcast as Sanjay. Yeah, odd casting, but take my word for it, the voices on this show are awesome. So, if the show tightened up its writing a bit, it could honestly be pretty good. And considering I'm forming this opinion on the first episode only, as that's the only thing that's out at the moment, it certainly has time to get better. In all likelihood, though, the show will not be able to stand up to the sponge ratings-wise, and ultimately be absorbed and forgotten about. And that's about all I have to say on the show so far. Remember, I've only seen the 2 segments of the first episode, and I feel like there are some aspects of the show that I haven't quite seen yet. Like, they talk about in interviews and stuff the fact that Craig, being a snake that nobody knows he's a talking snake and everyone thinks that he's a boy, will factor in a major way and be a main source of humor. Now, I would argue that that's been done quite a bit with shows like Teacher's Pet, but then some would argue who really remembers Teacher's Pet even though it somehow got a theatrical movie, but at this point, I'm just rambling. So I'd love to hear you guys' opinions, be sure to leave them in the comment, and that's about it. Pieguyrulz, out. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe if you liked me, like this video if you, like this video, and comment if you have an opinion on anything that I just said. Oh, and I also have a Twitter. Follow me at Pieguyrulz. I usually respond to any comments or questions that I get. Pieguyrulz, out.